Speaker of the House Paul Ryan was in Las Vegas late last week, and it is the subject of tonight's Vegas Lost with John Trainer.
Yeah, there are more than 2 million people in prisons in the United States. What do we do with them when they get out? The answer may be laying in a building on Flamingo.
From Nevada Department of Corrections, the director, James Zarenda. Right next to him is superstar alumni graduate. You're going to hear from him in a little while here, Mario Taylor.
There might not be a more striking image than two guys sitting next to each other. One was sentenced to 60 years in prison before he was old enough to drive. The other is the head of the prison system. Today, Mario Taylor and James Zarenda sit at arm's length, both working to change the system. Taylor, out on parole, is here with a seat at the table, a job and family at home, because of hope for prisoners.
If I want to get out of prison, if I want to be somebody, I have to consciously say, okay, you are not like that. So let's go. Let's show yourself as well as everyone else that true enough you committed a crime, but hey, you deserve a chance.
Mario shared his story with us in April. Last week, he shared it with the Speaker of the House.
We believe that we need to do more to redeem people within our communities and to help people get back on their feet, to get back to redemption, and to find great lives. And this gives us hope that there are phenomenal answers already out there in our communities that show us how to do this.
Paul Ryan was here to see how he can bring the program that saved Mario to the federal level. Hope for Prisoners works to help transition newly released inmates back to society, an estimated 60% of whom have been on the wrong side of the justice system since they were kids, giving them job training, teaching them life skills, holding them accountable to themselves, and critically, giving them parenting lessons.
If you take a look at the conversations that the current administration is having as it relates to prison reform and prison reentry, there are some very encouraging conversations that, on that level.
John Ponder founded the group after he served time in federal prison for bank robbery. He learned then how hard it is to get back on your feet and stay out of trouble. Since his release, Hope for Prisoners has partnered with local employers and helped more than 2,000 men and women go from inmate to average citizen. That transition is now the goal for federal politicians.
It really works. It is proven. We want to see this happen around the country. And what we're trying to do is just make sure that we can back more efforts like this and make sure that our laws align ourselves so we can do more of this.
We wanted to know if this was substance or just for show. Media not allowed to sit in on the actual meeting itself. The speaker left out a side door before we could ask questions. John Ponder, though, has made several trips to the White House. He says this is legit and there's real change that is going to come out of it.
So, but big question, any idea of what parts of this program they want to bring to the federal level, and if Paul Ryan looks to have been interested enough to nibble and really make it happen?
That second part is the big question. There is interest there. What does it look like? Is it mandated into the prison system right now? Hope for Prisoners, privately funded. They do this on a voluntary basis. It is hard to see how they replicate that, but that's the goal.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Thanks so much, John. Well, be sure to reach out to our Vegas Lost team if you have ideas about stories about juvenile crime and the justice system. You can email them at vegaslost@news3lv.com. And in just a few minutes, John will be taking your questions live on Facebook.